Okay, I'm going to try to do a little crochet teaching for the left-handed people. I like to start by making this little shape here and going through here, through there, pulling it like that so it just stays on the crochet hook. I am using a size K. I suggest any beginners should start with a large hook and nice sturdy yarn. Thicker yarn is better than a skinny yarn for beginners, okay? Now, to chain stitch, we hook the yarn and pull it through. There's one chain. I'm going to do 2, 3, 4. So that's the chain stitch. Now, because I wanted to teach granny squares, I'm going to show you how to attach it through the first loop, hook the yarn, pull it through that first loop, and then to make a slip stitch just to hold it in place. Now what we have here is a little loop, and I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and that becomes the first stitch of a double crochet. Now you wrap the yarn around the hook, put it through the center of that loop, grab some more yarn with it, pull it through. So now you have 3 pieces wrapped around your hook, and you're going to grab a new piece and pull it through 2. Now you have 2 on your hook. You're going to grab a new piece and pull it through. That makes what we call a double crochet. So you do that. Now we have actually 2 of them. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Wrap around, go through the hole, grab another piece, pull it through, so you have 3 on your hook, grab another piece, pull it through the first 2, grab another piece, pull it through the last 2. So now you have 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to chain 1, which makes a corner, because I'm going to keep one going into the same hole here in the center. Okay, now I'm going to do another double crochet where you wrap once and go through and grab. You have 3 pieces on your hook. Grab a piece, pull it through 2, grab a piece, and pull it through those. So there you have, you've made a hole because of that chain, and that forms a corner. When you go around, you'll see you'll have a square. Okay, so we've got 1. Now we're going to do another one. So now we have 2. I'm going to do another one. That's 3. Okay, and then chain 1. And now we're still making the first square, so we have to keep always going into that center hole. Okay, so do double crochet 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to chain 1. That's where you just grab the yarn and pull it through that one little loop to make the next corner. I'm always pulling that end little tag back there where it's out of my way. Now I'm going to make another 3 more double crochets here. 1, 2, and 3. I gotta pull the yarn loose. I gotta keep the right tension on my yarn. So now I actually have 4 sets of 3, and I'm going to chain 1 and connect it to the very first one here. I go into that top loop, grab some yarn, pull it through, and then pull it through that chain so it's a slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to want to get over to this, oops, I'm sorry, this hole over here. So I'm going to slip stitch through those double crochet tops. See, I just go into the top, grab a piece of yarn, pull it through, and then slip stitch it. Do the next one the same way. Slip stitch it. Now I'm getting to that corner where I want to start the next corner. Okay, so I grab the yarn, do that slip stitch. Now I'm going to start my next row. So I go 1, 2, 3 for a chain, forming my first double crochet in the row. Now I'm going to double crochet. So I have 2, and going through that hole again. Now I have 3 double crochets. See how that forms a nice little triangular shape there. Now single chain 1, and that's where the corner starts. So now I'm going to double crochet into that same hole again another 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. So that has formed a corner. And I'm going to chain 1 and head on over to this next loop. See, I've got 1, 2, 3, and there's a hole there from the chain that I made before. So I'm going to double crochet into that hole. 1, 2, 3 times. See, that's a nice set of 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and I'm turning to go for another corner. So I'm going to do in the same hole 1, 2, 3. So I've got another corner formed. See how it makes a nice corner? Alright, now I chained 1, and I'm going to go over here, go 1, 2, 3, past and over to the chain over here. So I double crochet into this corner. 1, 2, 3, and a chain so that I can turn a corner again. And into the same hole, 1, 2, and 3. So pretty soon we're going to have a whole square. It's almost around to the corner, okay? So chain 1 and skip over those 3 double chains, those are complete double crochets there, I'm sorry. Over to where that chain is, and double crochet again. 1, 2, 3, and chain 1, and go into there again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guess what? We've formed a square. I'm going to chain 1, and I have to connect it to here. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch it into that top loop, and I'm going to slip stitch on across like I did last time. Slip stitch across that first row of 3 double crochets. I'm going to slip stitch into the hole at the corner, and I'm going to step out to make another row. Okay, 1, 2, 3 chains. That forms the first double crochet stitch, And I'm going to repeat this on around like I did before, making 3 double crochets and 1 chain. And I'm going to form a corner here again. 1, 2, 3. Now, since it's getting bigger, it's farther to get to a corner. Okay, we're going to go into the space between. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to just do 1 set of 3 double crochets in this hole. And chain 1, so that I can reach all the way over to this corner. And in the corners we do 2 sets of 3 separated by a single chain, like I've been doing. It's very simple. You just keep repeating what you do, and I never need to use a pattern to follow with this because I've memorized it. Okay, so I've done the first row, and I'm turning the corner, so I already chained 1. Going back into there. 1, 2, 3 double crochets and a single chain. Now into this hole. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it just keeps getting bigger. I put a chain on there anyway. So we keep doing the corners with 2 sets of 3 double crochets, and anything between the corners just gets 1 set of 3. Now we will keep on doing that, and by the time we've used up a whole skein of yarn, we'll have a piece that's much more like close to a lap size, and we can unravel any of our mistakes by taking the crochet hook out and just pull. Okay, I'm going to actually use this yarn on the larger granny square, because although some people make little tiny granny squares and sew them all together, I like to make giant size granny squares. They make wonderful blankets that are lightweight and have a thermal effect because of all the holes. It traps air, keeps your body heat in, but it's not so heavy. Okay. Anyway, I have worked a number of rows around on this larger granny square. I'm going to put my crochet hook back into the loop that I had taken it out of, and as you can see, that skein of yarn was about finished. So what I'm going to do, this is how I manage it anyway, I take the second skein and I hold the yarns together. I make a knot this way, and then I put a second knot just for a little extra security. And I'll just go ahead and keep on adding yarn until I'm completely happy with how big my granny square is. This can end up being a queen size bed if I keep on going, okay? But it can be any size you want. Stop when you like. You can change colors when you like. That'll be another video. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoy it. If you're not sure what I did, just run it back and watch it again. Alright, thanks a lot. Have a lovely day.